Have you ever wondered how many times you've stopped yourself from doing something you love or from being who you truly are just to please others? How many times have you looked around, seeking approval or hiding behind a behavior that doesn't reflect your essence, just to fit into others' expectations? Today I'm going to guide you on a journey that could completely transform the way you see your life. More importantly, the way you live it. This isn't just about pleasing others or conforming to society's standards. It's about unlocking the true power of living for yourself. What you're about to discover goes far beyond cliches or cookie-cutter advice about self-confidence. It's not just the simple idea of be yourself. It's a profound understanding that connects your soul to true freedom. Have you ever wondered how many times you've stopped yourself from doing something you love or from being who you truly are just to please others? How many times have you looked around, seeking approval or hiding behind a behavior that doesn't reflect your essence, just to fit into others' expectations? Today I'm going to guide you on a journey that could completely transform the way you see your life. More importantly, the way you live it. This isn't just about pleasing others or conforming to society's standards. It's about unlocking the true power of living for yourself. What you're about to discover goes far beyond cliches or cookie-cutter advice about self-confidence. It's not just the simple idea of be yourself. It's a profound understanding that connects your soul to true freedom. Imagine a key that can unlock a new path where every decision you make reflects your true essence, and every moment lived authentically has the power to transform your life and destiny. Get ready. What I'm about to reveal isn't just a reflection, it's an awakening. Once you grasp this, you'll see that living to please others will never again be an option. Even more, you'll have the tools to build a life that is uniquely yours, free of fear, free of insecurity, a life aligned with your deepest desires. But take note, the end of this journey holds the most important secret. An insight so powerful it could forever change the way you view your choices and your freedom. Don't overlook this moment, because once you understand it, you'll never again be a slave to anyone's opinions. But how do you take this step? How do you break the chains that bind you to a life of pleasing others? Let's dive into this deeply now, because by the end, you'll be surprised at the strength that lies within you, ready to be unleashed. Imagine for a moment, you wake up, look at yourself in the mirror, and think about how you're going to act that day. But instead of focusing on what makes you happy, on what inspires you, you ask yourself, what will others think of me? Unfortunately, this is the reality for many. We live a life shaped by others' views, by judgment, by expectation. Society, with its unspoken rules, often forces us to focus on everyone around us, except ourselves. The fear of judgment is one of the most cruel prisons, and worst of all, it begins in childhood. How many times growing up were you taught to behave and be accepted, and so you start seeking validation in everything you do, not because you want to, but because you fear the gaze of others? Have you noticed this? How it drains your energy, dims the light of what you could be, and forces you into a constant struggle to adapt. Every choice you make, every decision, even the simplest ones, goes through the filter of how others might react. This endless pursuit of external approval traps us in a cycle of dissatisfaction and anxiety. Now let me ask you a question. What would happen if for just one day you could live without worrying about what others think? What would your life look like if you made decisions based on what you truly want, not on what others expect from you? Here's the hard truth. External acceptance will never be enough to fill the emptiness inside. You could be the most admired person, the most popular, the most validated. But deep down, you might still feel that something is missing. That disconnection from yourself, that distance from your own essence, is what creates suffering and the sense of being lost. When you constantly seek the approval of others, you lose your way. Your identity dissolves into the expectations others place upon you. The problem is, they don't live your life. They don't have your dreams, your ambitions, or your internal struggles. There's no point in accumulating applause if, in the end, you're far from who you truly are. True acceptance comes from within, from understanding that you are enough just as you are. When you finally break free from the chains of external approval, you'll discover an immense strength that's been inside you all along. So, what do you need to do now to achieve that freedom? The first step is to start looking inward and asking yourself, who am I really? What do I want for my life beyond the expectations of others? Did you know that authenticity is the key to a happier, more fulfilling life? When you allow yourself to be true to who you really are, you begin to align with your purpose and attract the things that truly matter to you. Living authentically means making choices that reflect who you are, not who others want you to be. It means letting go of the fear of judgment and freeing yourself once and for all from the prison of external expectations. And this isn't easy. It takes courage. It takes confidence. Imagine living each day with the confidence that you are exactly who you need to be without worrying about what others might think. Imagine the freedom of living according to your own values, not the standards imposed by society. This freedom begins with a single decision: to stop caring about others' opinions. When you start doing that, you'll realize that true happiness actually comes from within. It doesn't depend on anyone or anything outside of you. It comes from the simple act of being who you are. And now you might be wondering, how do I start? How can I take that first step toward freedom and authenticity? Let's talk about that. But before we dive deep into the real reason behind living for yourself, and how that can transform how you see life and others' judgment, I need to ask you, have you ever felt something inside you, something profound, calling out to be heard, something that drives you to live authentically without worrying about what others think? If you're starting to sense that your life holds immense power, that you're capable of living without being tied to others' expectations, then stay with me. In the next few moments, I'm going to share powerful truths about self-awareness and inner freedom. These truths could be the key to unlocking your full potential and finally living as your true self. Stay with me until the end, because the best is yet to come. I promise you won't want to miss the revelation that could change how you view life and the weight of external opinions forever. The first step to breaking free from being a slave to others' opinions is deciding to be yourself, regardless of what they think. But this isn't an easy decision. It means letting go of old behavior patterns, ones you've adopted over your life out of fear, insecurity, or the desire for acceptance. So the question is, how can you start being true to yourself? How can you stop being held hostage by others' judgment? The answer is simple yet powerful: practice self-acceptance. This means looking at yourself with all your flaws, imperfections, and strengths, and loving yourself exactly as you are. Self-acceptance is the foundation of emotional freedom. When you accept yourself, you no longer need others' approval to feel complete. What others think of you no longer has the power to dictate your worth. And as you accept yourself, you begin to attract people who accept you too, without judgment, without expectations. When you stop living for others, you'll discover a new energy. You'll realize that by no longer seeking validation, you become more secure, more confident. This confidence, which comes from within, doesn't rely on anything external. It's unshakable because it's rooted in your very essence. You'll realize that everything you need to be happy and fulfilled is already within you. And as you free yourself from the prison of others' opinions, you become unstoppable. You start making decisions based on what truly matters to you, and life begins to align in surprising ways. Your life becomes a reflection of your truth. Have you ever imagined what you could achieve when you start living for yourself, not for others? What would your life look like if you finally let go of the fear of judgment and began living with courage and authenticity? The freedom you seek is within you. It begins the moment you decide to stop being a slave to others' opinions and start living for yourself. You are unique, and your essence is valuable, just as it is. The life you deserve is one that is authentic, true, and fulfilling. A life where you are free to be who you truly are. What you'll discover is that by freeing yourself from the opinions of others, you begin to live a life that is truly your own. You'll experience an inner peace that cannot be found in the applause or validation of those around you. Because believe me, when you break free, when you allow yourself to be who you are, the world begins to align in magical ways. You'll start attracting everything that is genuinely good because you're finally in tune with yourself. So, what are you waiting for? The change begins now. You have the power to be free. You have the ability to live the life of your dreams without needing approval from anyone except the most important person, yourself. Now, let's talk about how to make this transition. How do you move from a life where you're a prisoner of others' opinions to a life where you're the master of your own choices? First, practice detachment. This doesn't mean being insensitive to other people's feelings, but understanding that your worth isn't determined by what others think of you. By adopting this mindset, you begin to free yourself from the chains of fear and insecurity. When you let go of the need for external validation, you start making decisions that align with your deepest self. It doesn't matter what others think about the path you've chosen. What matters is that you're following your heart and being authentic. That alone brings a sense of peace and satisfaction. And as you make these authentic choices, you'll notice that the world begins to open doors for you. New opportunities arise, new friendships flourish, and the universe starts to work in your favor. But most importantly, you begin to trust yourself, and that trust becomes a solid foundation upon which you build everything you desire. Now, let's dive even deeper. Self-love. To live for yourself and not for others, you need to learn to love yourself unconditionally. Self-love is the fuel that will power your journey toward authenticity and freedom. Have you noticed how easy it is to criticize yourself, push yourself too hard, and compare yourself to others? Sometimes, the biggest barrier to our freedom is the way we treat ourselves. When we view ourselves through the lens of judgment, fear, and doubt, we fail to see our true worth. But what if you started looking at yourself with more compassion? What if you accepted your flaws and imperfections and embraced them as part of your journey? Self-love doesn't mean thinking we're perfect. It means recognizing that we are enough, just as we are. Now, I know the idea of freeing yourself from others' judgment might feel a little scary. What will people think of me? What if I'm rejected? These fears are natural. But at the same time, they're the very fears keeping you from being who you truly are. I challenge you to face those fears. Every time you feel tempted to worry about what others will think, ask yourself, what do I truly want for my life? The fear of rejection fades when you realize that living authentically attracts the right people, the ones who will support you and accept you as you are. Imagine the sense of relief when you start living according to your own values, not according to others' expectations. You'll find that fear disappears as you grow stronger, more confident, and freer. When you choose to live for yourself, your life gains a new sense of purpose. You become the protagonist of your story, not just a spectator. The decisions you make align more closely with your purpose, and you begin to feel a true connection to what matters most to you. You'll start to realize that by letting go of the need for approval, you gain something far more valuable: your freedom, your inner peace. You gain the ability to be truly happy because now, your happiness comes from within. It doesn't depend on anything external. It's yours. So the question is, are you ready to begin this journey? Are you ready to stop being a prisoner of others' opinions and start living for yourself? The decision is yours. You have the power to change the direction of your life right now. Start today. Free yourself from the chains of external expectations and live a life that's truly your own. The world needs you as you are, not as others want you to be. And remember, the only opinion that truly matters is your own. When you start living in alignment with your true self, you'll see the world transform around you, because by living authentically, you inspire others to do the same. Now take a deep breath. Look within and feel the strength of your true self. You are ready to live the life of your dreams, without fear, without insecurity. You are ready to live for you.
Now, as we reach the end of this revealing expedition, I want to express my deepest gratitude to you for staying with us until the end. Your dedication and curiosity are the fuel that drives us to explore, demystify, and share these intriguing stories. I want to share something special with you. As a fan of the Map of Higher Self channel, you are about to embark on a unique journey of self-discovery and mental formation. I present to you the Map of Higher Self, a revolutionary ebook that will redefine your mental reality. As the creator of this content and leader of the Map of Higher Self channel, I'm sharing my deepest experiences and valuable lessons with you. Each chapter of this ebook is a reflection of my journey, filled with practical lessons I've lived and transformed into wisdom. Don't miss this opportunity to transform your life. Click the link in the pinned comment and start your journey towards self-knowledge and positivity today. Imagine yourself for a moment as one of the ancient explorers who ventured into unknown territories, guided only by the flame of curiosity and the thirst for knowledge. Every piece of information, every symbol deciphered, is like a map leading us deeper into the labyrinth of the unknown. And just like those explorers, you too are now a little closer to the truth, carrying with you a new understanding of the forces that shape our world. Your presence here is not just a personal achievement, but a valuable contribution to a vibrant community of curious and knowledge-seeking individuals. Every view, every comment, every like is a step we take together toward a deeper and collective understanding. You are not just a spectator, you are a partner in this journey of discovery. So, as we close this chapter, I invite you to reflect on today's revelations and prepare for the next steps. We will continue unraveling secrets, questioning established truths, and exploring the mysteries around us. Your participation is essential, not just for the growth of this channel, but for the expansion of our horizon of knowledge. Until the next discovery. And remember, the real power lies in questioning and understanding what is beyond the visible. And before you go, don't miss these 2 videos I've selected especially for you. They're packed with deep knowledge and fascinating discoveries that you'll love. Click on one of them and continue your journey of self-discovery and the pursuit of wisdom with the amazing content our channel has to offer.